Welcome to our channel. In today's video, we will be taking a look at the top 10 most expensive Porsche cars of all time. Porsche is a brand synonymous with luxury, power, and speed, and over the years, they have produced some of the most iconic and sought-after cars in the world. From classic sports cars to modern supercars, the Porsche brand has always been associated with excellence and high-performance engineering. So, buckle up and get ready to explore the world of Porsche and the jaw-dropping prices that these incredible machines command. Let's begin! 10. 1955 Porsche 550 Spider, $4,185 million. The 1955 Porsche 550 Spider is a timeless classic that embodies the true spirit of Porsche racing heritage. Designed and built by Porsche's chief engineer, Ernst Fuhrmann, this car was created to compete in endurance racing events such as the iconic 24 Hours of Le Mans. With a lightweight body, low-slung design, and exceptional handling, the 550 Spider quickly became a favorite among racers and enthusiasts alike. Porsche only built about 90 of these vehicles, many of which are now lost to time. So finding a fully restored version with period-correct fittings and components is virtually impossible, which is why this car managed to fetch millions at the Amelia Island auction. Due to its rarity and racing history, this car sold for $4.185 million when it went to auction in 2022. 9. 1973 Porsche 917-30 Can-Am Spider, $4.4 million. The 1973 Porsche 917/30 Can-Am Spider was created only for competition, in contrast to the 1955 Porsche 550 Spider, which serves as both a vintage street car and a historic race car. It is among the most potent vehicles of its era and has roughly 1,200 horsepower under its blue and yellow hood. This automobile distinguished itself from other cars raced that year by earning the top 4 ranks at the 1973 Can-Am Drivers' Competition. This vehicle was auctioned off in 2012 and sold for an astronomical $4.4 million thanks to its amazing victories and historic status. 8. 1979 Porsche 935 to $4.84 million. The 1979 Porsche 935 is a racing car that was designed and built to compete in the Group 5 racing category, which was known for its extreme performance and speed. This car was a modified version of the Porsche 911, which was already a formidable racing machine, but with its extensive modifications, the 935 took things to a whole new level. Under the hood, the 935 is powered by a turbocharged 3.0-liter flat-six engine that delivers an impressive 590 horsepower. This engine is paired with a 5-speed manual transmission that provides precise and responsive shifts, allowing drivers to extract the maximum performance from the car on the track. The 1979 Porsche 935 is a pricey Porsche due to its many competition wins and unique ownership history. While it isn't the only Porsche 935 in the world, it is the only one driven by Paul Newman at the 24 Hours of Le Mans event. 7. 1960 Porsche 718 RS60 Works, $5.12 million. The 1960 Porsche 718 RS60 Works is a rare and highly sought-after sports car that represents the pinnacle of Porsche's racing heritage. This car was designed and built to compete in endurance racing events such as the 24 Hours of Le Mans, and its exceptional handling and performance made it a favorite among drivers and enthusiasts alike. Under the hood, the 718 RS60 Works is powered by a 1.6-liter flat-4 engine that delivers an impressive 160 horsepower. It was raced at some of the most notable racing events in the world, including the 12 Hours of Sebring, Nürburgring 1,000 kilometers, and the 24 Hours of Le Mans events. Due to its racing history and vintage style, it fetched $5.12 million at auction in 2019. 6. 1998 Porsche 911 GT1 Strassen version, $5.665 million. The 1998 Porsche 911 GT1 Strassen version is the most modern Porsche vehicle to earn a spot on this ranking. It's also one of the few Porsche race cars converted into street-legal automobiles. The 911 GT1 Strassen version is powered by a twin-turbocharged 3.2-liter flat-six engine that delivers an impressive 537 horsepower. Porsche was forced to produce 25 street-legal versions of these cars to meet Fédération Internationale de l'Automobile (FIA) requirements. Still, this car retained its race car body shape and massive rear spoiler, making it an attractive acquisition for wealthy collectors and affluent race car drivers. But because Porsche released so few of these vehicles, they're exceptionally rare, often selling for millions. The record auction price for the 1998 Porsche 911 GT1 Strassen version is a staggering $5.665 million. 5. 1972 Porsche 917/10 Spyder, $5.83 million. The Porsche 917/10 was a dominant force in the Can-Am series. Its 5.4-liter twin-turbo flat-12 engine is capable of producing more than 1,150 horsepower and does 0 to 100 miles per hour, yes, that's 100, in an eye-watering 2.9 seconds, which even to this day is unheard of not just for production cars, but even race cars. This particular vehicle we see here was driven to victory by George Follmer in 1972. Due to its sheer performance, it was considered the car that killed Can-Am racing. It eventually hit Mecum's auction block in 2012 for $5,830,000. This competition-winning Porsche is a one-of-a-kind vintage race car, making it an attractive acquisition for affluent car collectors and drivers. Owning this car is like owning a piece of Porsche racing history, which is something you can't say about brand-new, consumer-friendly models. 4. 1985 Porsche 959 Paris Dakar, $5.945 million. The Porsche 959 is one of the first all-wheel drive, AWD, sports cars to be ever made, and its history is rich in capability and technology. It was a technological tour de force for Porsche, and when it was released, it became the fastest street-legal production car with a top speed of 197 miles per hour. But did you also know that this was actually a homologation vehicle for Porsche to enter the world of rallying? Before the actual road car came out, we had the Porsche 959 Paris Dakar rally car. This specific model we see here is just one of 7 prototypes and one of only 3 to enter the 1985 Paris Dakar rally, making this one of the rarest Porsche vehicles ever made. Powered by a twin-turbo flat-6 that produces 400 horsepower, which is 44 less than the production car, on all 4 wheels, it dominated the Paris Dakar rally in 1986. This particular vehicle was sold at RM Sotheby's for $5,945,000 in 2018. 3. 1956 Porsche 550 Rennsport Spyder, $6.1 million. About 90 of the Porsche 550 Rennsport Spyder were produced when it was first presented in 1953. Given that it weighed just 1,301 pounds at its heaviest point and had a 110 horsepower 1.5-liter flat-4 engine, it gained the nickname Giant Killer on racetracks. This race car can go from 0 to 62 miles per hour in about 10 seconds, which was unheard of at the time. Its top speed of 137 miles per hour is particularly noteworthy for a car with just a 1.5-liter engine in those days. This specific vehicle, a 1956 model year model, did not engage in any track competition. However, it was able to sell at Bonhams during the Goodwood Revival for $6,100,000. The 1956 Porsche 550 Rennsport Spyder is a must-have collectible for serious car collectors, including notable celebrity collectors like Jerry Seinfeld. 2. 1982 Porsche 956 to $10.120 million. For a brief period, 2 years, the 1982 Porsche 956 held the record for being the most expensive Porsche ever sold at auction. It fetched a massive $10.12 million when it went to auction in 2015. Its engine, a 2.65-liter turbocharged flat-6, produced 620 horsepower, and with its strong downforce thanks to its underbody tunnel, the Porsche 950 SIX's speed and stability were unheard of during its time when it achieved 217 miles per hour at the Mulsanne Straight of Circuit de la Sarthe. Porsche only made 10 of these vehicles, but the car sold at auction in 2015 was particularly unique due to its competition wins, including its first-place ranking at the 1983 24 Hours of Le Mans event. 1. 1970 Porsche 917K, $14,080 million. The iconic 917K is the absolute most expensive Porsche ever sold in history and in an auction. This race car dominated Le Mans from 1970 to 1971 due to its sheer performance. a 5.0-liter flat 12, which was made by combining two 3.0-liter flat 6 engines, produced 630 horsepower and 434 pound-feet of twist. It was enough to bring this race car from 0 to 62 miles per hour in an eye-watering 2.7 seconds, which is unheard of during its time and even today. Though it sold for $14.08 million in 2017, it's recently resurfaced with an updated estimated value of $16 million to $18 million. This vehicle earned first place at 7 racing events in 1971 but disappeared after selling to a private collector in France. Since its rediscovery in 2001, the vehicle has been fully restored, making it a gorgeous example of Porsche racing history. Thanks for watching the video. Remember, you can subscribe to the channel to not miss any new videos and leave your comments and suggestions for future videos. See you in the next video. Goodbye.